So how can we save hundreds and sometimes thousands on property maintenance on a monthly basis as a landlord and as investors? Craig Parker here, Parker's Property Sourcing, just coming at you with another video. And today's video is going to be about how we can save hundreds and sometimes thousands on, the monthly property maintenance. So the upkeep of the property on a monthly basis for our tenants. In this video, I'm going to talk about 3 tips on what I'm currently doing and what I've been taught by fellow landlords and investors on how you can just save on that monthly maintenance costs in the long run to help you make more profit on a yearly basis. The pennies make the pound, they say. So tip number 1 would be, building up your trusted power team. And a part of that power team is your builders, your handymen, your workmen. Something that I've learned the hard way on, and I talk about it a lot on this channel and in my videos, is having a good power team around you, and your builders, your handymen. The more you have that are on your side, that feel like they're part of your team, the better. And here's why this will help you save money on a monthly basis. If you've got several properties, or you've got more than one property, and you have got building up a relationship with your handyman, your builder, and his call out fee, for example, is £200 to come and look at the problem or whatever. If you're building a relationship with him, that's negotiable, and take it from me, it's very negotiable. So his call out fee to you may half, or he might not even charge you call out, because he knows that you've got several properties, you're giving him lots of work, and so sometimes he might just go out and quickly change a washer on a tap, which some landlords, it might cost them 200 quid. But if he's part of your team and he's someone that you work constantly with and you're always giving work to, it might cost you a drink, 50 quid or 60 quid. Do you know what I mean? So that's one way I would say to save on your monthly maintenance costs, is to have a builder, have handymen on your team that work for you regularly, that you give work across your multiple properties, which enables them to give you better prices. Build relationships, man, with builders. It will save you a lot of money in the long run. So tip number 2 is preventative maintenance. I didn't know what that meant a few years ago, but I know now. And from not doing it to doing it, I see the difference. So preventative maintenance is, for example, cleaning out guttering on a yearly basis. It saves so much money and so much headache, because if your guttering gets full up, everybody's guttering gets full up. If you don't get that cleaned regularly, it builds up. It could build up damp. It could start damaging the roof because you get a build-up of water not running through. It could cause so many problems. So one of them would be to definitely clean up the guttering, clean it up on a yearly basis. There's companies out there that do it. One of the guys that are part of my power team does it for me on a yearly basis to my properties. And it definitely saves, and you get less phone calls about leaks and damp and X, Y, and Z. Another one is just the boiler. When you buy a property, I would always say to replace the boiler. Because boilers last at least 10 years, unless it's a new boiler and it was only bought 1 or 2 years ago. But I would always cater that into your price when buying the property. Your return on your investment calculations is to get a brand new boiler, because when a boiler goes, it's expensive. So having it last you at least buying it and knowing that it's going to last you at least 10 years, maybe more, but at least 10 years from when you purchased it. It's just it's a preventative maintenance basically, and it'll just stop any issues going forward, you know. So that's tip number 2. Last and surely not least is tip number 3, which is negotiate and standardize every single cost. And you say, what do you mean by that? So I mean negotiate everything. Everything, and standardize as much as you can. So if you're going to be buying paint to, you know, paint your properties, if you've got more than one, buy in bulk and then park it up to whenever you need it again. If you buy in bulk, you could get trade rates, certain you know, paint suppliers use the same fittings and fixtures across the properties. Again, you can buy it in bulk, so you get better rates. So just because you don't need three tubs of paint right now because you're only refurbing one of your properties or repainting one of your properties, buy it if you can get it at a cheaper price and park it up. Because as I said at the beginning, and I'll say it again now, the pennies make the pound, you know. And then another thing is to negotiate as much as you can, you know. Everybody likes a negotiation, and if you don't ask, you don't get. So if, for example, you know, you need to buy a washing machine, and you know, in one of your other properties, the washing machine you've had for 6 or 7 years, or it's been there for a long time. If you supply a washing machine in your properties, I do, you know, you might not, but I would then look to say, okay, well, how much if I buy 2, sort of thing? Can I get some money off if I buy 2? Because at the end, in the long run, the profits are important. You know, £100 saved is £100 profit, basically. So, you know, think about that. £100 saved is £100 profit. So yeah, the last tip is definitely negotiating and standardizing your costs across the board. If it's only one property you got, still see if you can buy in bulk, and negotiate everything. I always ask for a better price or a cheaper price, because if you don't ask, you don't get. So that'll be tip number 3. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope you're enjoying the content that we've been pushing out on this channel. There's so much more to come, but for now, I've been Craig Parker. Till next time.